So YAML is what we use all across AWS for many types, also for CloudFormation. And so CloudFormation supports YAML and JSON. And these are basically some scripting languages or data languages that you can use for CloudFormation. And to be honest, I'll be very, very honest with you, JSON is absolutely horrible for CloudFormation. It is unreadable, it is unwritable. And YAML is so great in so many ways. And this is what the language will be used at the exam to show you some CloudFormation templates. And this is what I've been using so far. So let's learn a little bit about it. Even though we've been in touch with it so many times, now is the time, I think, to formalize how is YAML. And so this is a YAML file. And so YAML file has a lot of key and values, and they're called key value pairs. And to me, they're very readable objects. Okay, on the left hand side, we can just look at it and make sense. If I ask you, what's the invoice number, you don't need to be a genius to tell me that the invoice number is 34843. And so this is great. If I tell you what is the date, you can also tell me the dates. If I ask you, hey, what are the quantities of the product we've ordered, you can look at product, and then you can look within the product. There's a list of quantity, and we have 4 and 1. So you get the idea, right? With YAML, we're able to have key value pairs at top level, but also nested objects. It has a support for arrays. So if we look at product, you can see here that there's a little minus sign, and that means array. So the product is an array of SKU, quantity, description, etc. And then we can look at, for example, build to. Within it, there's a nested object called given, Chris, family, Demars, and then the address also has a nested object within it, which is called lines, city, post, state, and postal. If we look at also lines, we can see that there's a multi-line string support. So we have a small vertical bar right here, and this is called a multi-line string. So we can easily add multi-line string through YAML. And we can also include comments, although they're not shown on this page. So YAML to me is a great way of reading and writing stuff. Obviously, some YAML files can be quite complicated, but overall we get the idea. If we have a look at the CloudFormation we've had, let's just have a look at a simple one. We can see this one that we had a YAML file. The first top level key was resources. Then there is a second nested object within it called my instance, which has more nested stuff within it, such as type and properties. And properties was again nested as key value pairs. If we look at the other one, we can see we had the parameters top level, the resource top level, more nested stuff. And if we look at security groups, because there's a little minus sign right here, it was a list. So we have a list of security groups that we've defined right here, the first security group and the second security group. So you can navigate through this and really understand that, it looks like we can read this YAML template just using the small concepts we've learned from before. I encourage you to go online and learn a little bit more about YAML and even practice converting JSON documents to YAML. But overall, it is something that I think is quite easy to read. And what you really should understand is that you can nest objects, separate by the column, you get the key and the value, and using the minus sign, you get to assign a list. So that's it for YAML. I hope this makes more sense to you now, and I will see you in the next lecture.